Hey guys, I'm Diamond.
I'm Letitia.
And today we're doing like a little
This is like a bonus clip. This is like a bonus clip because we just started talking about something off camera because we were just having a conversation.
Yeah.
But we thought it was good. So we're like, you know what? Actually, let's turn the camera on. So basically we was talking about we were talking about family dynamics and how the mother and daughter relationship is different than like the mother and son relationship, and how we feel as though it can be like toxic sometimes and not like, of course it makes you better, but it's not your full potential.
Yeah, we was basically just talking about a lot of mother and daughter relationships are toxic, and we're just trying to understand like why. So maybe y'all should join in on the chat or whatever in the comments, but we're just trying to understand why is it that like mother and daughters have like these relationships where it seems like the mom has some type of hate or resentment
towards their daughter. We was just thinking about situations where it would be situations where the daughter will probably fight the mom, or the daughter might feel as though the mom is harder on her rather than the boys that are in the family. And things like that. And it's like, truthfully, I'm not gonna say it should be the other way around because I don't think nobody deserves that treatment. But like, I don't think you have to be so hard on your girls, because I feel like girls pick it up, like they understand. And like what we know about women and how they all have their way they want to do it. Like me, you, your mom, my mom, we all have different ways we want to get life together, or how we want to play it. So it's like, why be so hard on me when you know?
And it's so crazy because earlier I seen a post where a lady said that she don't think moms understand the impact of mother-daughter relationships and how healthy they should be, and how it affects how the girl turns out. And especially for girls that don't have a dad, I feel like it just makes it worse when the mom is always at odds with the daughter. I feel like if girls, I know all girls don't experience this, but the girls who do experience the toxic relationship with their mom, I feel like if they actually had love from their mom, they would be better women. For sure. Because I don't know, it's just like love from a woman is just, it just makes you a better person. So to not get that proper love, especially from a maternal figure, definitely impacts how you are. Like girls who aren't as affectionate, girls who don't really want to be touched, you know, like even just by your friend, like you could hug one of your friends and they like,
I know,
and it's 9 times out of 10 because they wasn't shown that love. Like they don't know how to express themselves, or they don't know how to take criticism, or they're always so defensive because growing up their whole life with their mom, that's how they had to be. And I'm not going to speak too much on daughter and dad because I don't know too much about that, but mother and daughter especially, because I feel like mothers are supposed to be people that like pick you up when you're down. Like you shouldn't judge me and like make me feel worse about a decision that I made, because it's like you did the same thing. Like 9 times out of 10, that's why we here, because of some decision that you made and wasn't the best decision. But I feel like instead of being so hard, just be more encouraging, and they won't make the same mistakes. I feel like girls who have that relationship with their mom is a respect level that kind of drops a little bit. So when your mom tell you stuff, you're gonna be like, I don't care what she got to say, but if you have more respect, you would listen. And we all know that you have to give respect to earn it. So if you're not respecting your daughters or showing them that love, 9 times out of 10 they're going to be more resentful to you, and vice versa. So you're not going to really listen to what they have to say because you don't care. Like, girl, you did it, or well, you never blah blah blah. So everything is just like that excuse, and I think we use that to like kind of terrorize our parents a little bit, to like kind of not get back at them. And it's not intentional, but it's just like, for example, say a girl who didn't have her mom growing up, and her mom probably came into her life when she was 9 or 12. When they try to tell you something, you're gonna be like, you wasn't even there for me. Like it's the same thing we do with our dads. How are you gonna try to tell me something
and you wasn't even the blueprint?
They get that same type of vibe.
And I don't want to speak like this is everything, because this is not every situation. But I feel like a lot of the times when you have a good relationship with your mom, I feel like it's easier for you to be friends with women and understand like community.
Yep.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like when you don't understand how like a woman is supposed to treat you, you'll choose like not the best of friends. And not to say that even if you did have a loving mom, that you wouldn't choose, you know, people that aren't the best for you. But it's just a higher possibility of choosing a better quality person for your friend when you have that kind of relationship. Because I feel like when you talk to an older person about stuff and about friendships, they can tell you. Because I know my mom would tell me, that girl not your friend, or you know, watch her. But it's like, if I don't have that trust in you, or I don't feel like you're a valuable source, or I don't trust your decisions, because you might hang around a girl who's not the best for you, it's like, how can I?
And people usually say, do as I say and not as I do, but I just think that's so messed up. Like, I feel like people are going to do as you do. If you bringing in all different types of men throughout the night, not saying this is our experience at all, but I'm just giving an example. You bringing in all types of men, I'm gonna think that's okay. Yeah. Even if you tell me don't do this, why not?
You do it.
You having fun. Yeah. And I'm gonna get a little vulnerable too here. I feel like growing up, I feel like I always had to prove something to my mom. So I feel like I became a little bit of a people's pleaser. Like, I feel like I wasn't, well, I'm gonna say my mother's figure. Not technically my mom, but I feel like I was never really acknowledged for the things that I did. So I was always going out my way to like, oh, let me do this so I can get some type of acknowledgement. So when I didn't get it, it was like hurtful to me. And I feel like I became a little bit of a people pleaser. I feel like I was constantly trying to seek people's approval. But that's because I had to do that from my own mother figure. So of course that's how I'm going to be in all my relationships. Yeah,
and I feel like that's how you get, and it's crazy because you might think these people are just go-getters or people who, you know, are dedicated and stuff, but a lot of the times those people have been through those situations. Like, that's how you get overachievers. That's how you get like winners. People who like felt like they had to prove themselves, so they always did the most to get, you know, what they could get.
And beyond.
Yeah, so it's like you definitely like, because that's what we meant by.
What said though is that you figure out everybody like that for real. Yeah, I mean, you find a few people like we acknowledge each other's accomplishments, but like, you won't find that in everybody. No. Like, everybody's not going to be like, oh my gosh, like, good job. Like, you're the best person ever. They're going to be like, okay, you did that, and what's next? Yeah. Literally. Like, I remember there's a constant chase. I remember I graduated, and a specific family member was like, okay, now college next. Not even like, congratulations.
Don't piss me off.
I'm proud of you. Okay, so what's next? Yeah. It's like, dang, like, can I get a second to marinate? Like, can we enjoy the moment? Yeah, it's like, I feel like definitely a lot of the women who are more toxic and like don't make the best decisions had moms that like wasn't really there for them. And I'm not going to say, I'm not like bashing moms or whatever, because I feel like I had a pretty good mom, but she did have her flaws, is what I'm going to say. And that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about completely effed up mom, but like, there are things that moms do that kind of traumatize us a little bit in how we are as women, how we carry ourselves. Like, even being insecure. A lot of insecure girls didn't have their moms telling them, like, you're so beautiful. Pretty, yeah. And, you know, I got, when I was younger, oh, you trying to be cute. Oh, you think you cute. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't, oh, like, you're so beautiful and you're the most just perfectest person ever. It was just like, like, you think you're cute. Yeah. So, yeah, just like stuff like that. That type of stuff definitely hurts your feelings as a kid. And I realized that as I got older, because I didn't think about that. Especially when you have childhood traumas, I feel like you push them back. Yeah. So you're not really thinking about that. But when you get older and you realize certain stuff, like, damn, why do I feel this type of way about this? It's like, wow, when you was younger, you never got that. Yeah. But we're not really affectionate with each other. Yeah, no, I was about to say that. Because I was about to say, when I was younger, I feel like I did used to hug and stuff, like, you know. But I feel like it wasn't like a normal thing. So hugs and stuff is weird for me unless it's inside of a relationship. Then it's like, okay, yeah, I'll hug, I'll do all of that stuff. But aside from that, I'm like, don't touch me. Don't touch me at all. But it's like, and I'm just, it even deal to that. What type of thing is that to like only be affectionate in relationships.
Yeah,
like, you should be able to be affectionate with all the people that you love, and affectionate isn't like hugging and like a kiss on the cheek or just like oh like I love you, like you know, like stuff like that. It's like that type of stuff is weird to me.
Yes,
and it's like, why is it weird?
Yeah,
because I never got that.
Yeah, so, I don't know. I can only do that with people who are like that with me. If somebody's like that,
I gotta wait for, and that's another thing.
Confirmation.
I need too much validation, confirmation. Like I need like a okay, like this is okay. I need an okay. I know I don't really like being touched, so I'm not gonna go out there just hugging everybody. It's like they kind of gotta give me that for them to get that from me. I gotta be comfortable. Like you gotta make me comfortable. But some people are just like super overly affectionate because they have both their parents. They grew up in a loving household.
Yeah, like what you think you better than me? Like you out here hugging people and shit. But yeah, like
basically what we was just talking about. We was just trying to figure out where that comes from and why is that a thing. Because you would think a mother-daughter relationship is just always beautiful and just they're so encouraging.
It's so yes.
It's like they can be, but we're just talking about the traumas.
Yeah. The traumas associated with it.
Yeah.
And this is a sidebar. Sometimes we be feeling like we can't come and talk about this deep stuff because it's not always like look for or search for. So us talking about this is a very like different thing. Yeah. I guess you can say. And it's like we kind of really want to see like you guys' opinions. And like if y'all want to hear more of this conversation, because we have a lot of like opinions on it. And like thoughts and just everything about this type of topic.
And we also want to hear different perspectives. So like oldest daughters, I know a lot of oldest daughters out there are like have really harsh relationship with their parents to the point where they don't speak to them. And then you have like the middle child, which is like usually the person who usually feels left out, and then the youngest child who is more of like the rebellion. Yeah. So I just want to hear different perspectives. Yeah, because of, like, we're both relationships with
like, and we're both, and I think that's also what affects it because we're both like youngest child. So I feel like
you're the only girl.
Yeah, I'm the only girl. So I feel like youngest child and being the only of something kind of always makes you feel like left out. Because like, first off, you're the youngest. You came after everybody. Nobody has time anymore.
Yeah, and let's talk about that too. Let's talk about that too. A little bit of that. Being the youngest child, I feel like people don't realize what we have to bear.
Yes.
We're like the bearers of the family. Everything. Like everybody, of course, goes through their own thing. But the youngest child, I don't know why we always feel like we have to take that on. Bro. We have to be like the peacemakers, the one that try to get everybody together. Because the oldest kids, they don't care if they talk to each other or not. No. They don't. They will fall out and never speak to each other again. But the youngest child,
they always gonna speak to the youngest.
Like, we're a family.
Yeah, they always gonna speak to the youngest.
I don't think y'all understand what we have to see, and like we watch everybody go through everything. Like we see our parents struggling, or we see them going through heartbreaks. We see our siblings going through heartbreaks, and their friendships, and like hearing the family secrets, and it's just like,
and this is why I feel like, you know, don't shoot the messenger or whatever. But I feel like the youngest is usually the wisest when it comes to things because we see everything. We are like the observers of the universe. We watch everything. We're watching everything. We're hearing every conversation before we can even talk and get words out to say our opinions, or before we can even form a sentence for real about how we feel at the young age of like 9, 10. 12,
and we're always like shot down. Like,
yes, our opinion
is child's place. Or
bro, I remember my mom always used to be like, stay in the child's place, or like don't talk when the adults are talking. And it's like, I really feel like I can fix your problem right now. Right. And I really feel like I can fix your problem.
Even though I'm 12 years old, it's like,
I know.
Yeah, I feel like people don't realize how smart the youngest kid is. Like we see everything. We observe everything. We feel everybody's pain. We're empaths. I feel like as youngest kids. And of course, I know the middle child feels left out, but like when it comes to being around older siblings, I feel like the youngest kid is more left out. It's like even though we're like they might take us out with them or something, it's like we're still kind of like it's like we're in the way. They make it seem like we're in the way. Like, oh my gosh, like I got my little sister with me.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my god.
you know?
That, and I'm not even gonna lie. That like I don't think
like,
that
you wanna be a
siblings
part of
understand. Like I feel like siblings, of course, they have their own life. So of course you be in the way sometimes. Because I understand. Like if I had a young boy around me right now talking about, yeah, I want to go to the water park with you, and I'm going with my friends, I'm gonna be like, no.
Yes.
I don't want you there. But it's like I think that sometimes you gotta understand how that makes the youngest feel. Like when like I'm gonna say they don't get to spend time with you for real. Yeah. Like when the older siblings spend time with their friends.
Yes, I seen a video earlier, I think yesterday, and it was talking about the youngest kids. That's what made me think about it. And it was saying like we watch everybody leave the house. Yes. And the house is just empty now. Bro, empty. Yes, I'm not gonna lie. I remember like all my older sisters had moved out and it was like normal. But when the sister next to me, like the one right above me, when she left for college, I remember crying like all night. Because I'm like, I'm gonna be alone. Yes, like, just by myself. Yes, I was alone. I was the only person else for like 2 years before I went to college or something like that. But it was just so sad. This big empty room. The house is empty. Yeah, I don't have nobody to talk to for real.
And it's so crazy because this is about to get a little deep. But I remember a while ago, I had the realization of like being the youngest, and like when I seen a post about. What made me think about it was I seen a post about how as you get older you spend less and less time with like family and friends, so like you basically spend more time alone or whatever. And I thought like, yo, being the youngest, like how it's supposed to go, that's not always how it goes. But being the youngest, you're going to be the last one alive. Yes, your family is going to essentially go before you, and it's like just bearing that is scary in itself. Like it's just like you don't want to be alone.
What was in the video? I was trying to find a video for y'all so I could hear it, but I don't see it. The video was talking about too, like we watch everybody go, and it's like one day we're gonna be like alone.
The only one.
Yeah. That's how my pop-up was.
Yeah, and it's like that's scary.
That is scary.
And like essentially, if you do have kids, you'll have a whole new family, but you won't know those people. Yeah. Like those not going to be the people in your life. Yeah. Like you're going to behead them, and that's going to be your continuation, like your generation. But like that's not going to be the people that you have in your like memory. Like when I was young, you know. Yeah. Yeah. I just like, think that we are like the ones who are the ones that care about like the family reunions and stuff like that. We want everybody to be together because I feel like maybe they've been doing it for so long so they kind of burnt out, but it's like that's what we grew up seeing. So as we get older, that's what we want. Like why we don't have family reunions, why we don't have cookouts, like we're the people on the grill, and that's what's going on, bro. And that's what pisses me off because it's like when you were younger you seen it. And I'm not just going to speak for Philly because I feel like this is everywhere, but it's like these days there's no family reunions in the park.
I don't even see block parties no more.
Like you don't see cookouts, block parties, nothing. Like it's like all that family loving, family orientedness, it was like it disappeared. It's like more things boosted up.
And it's like I understand life happened, but I feel like people don't know how to prioritize. And because life was happening when y'all was doing it. Life is never not happening. So,
and I feel like people don't understand the like importance of it because I feel like you just have more blessings and abundance when it's like everybody is taking care of each other. Everybody's looking out for one another. Everybody's trying to keep it together. Because I feel like no situation is going to be perfect. Nothing's going to always be held together by one person. Like everybody got to be willing to like do the work. Yeah. So it can be like, you know. Yeah. And
they never know. You
never know.
They never think we know what we talking about, and they want us to stay in our place
and don't say anything, and stay in the child's place.
Definitely be mattering. Like the youngest kid, like they are more emotional, but we feel everything. Like,
and I feel like we just see it a different way. I feel like older people, they learned it a certain way, so that's how they're living now. The middle people, like our siblings and stuff, they have learned it a different way from our parents, and they make it their own. Yeah, we just see it through like a lens of like neutralness.
Yeah, and the 9 times out of 10, us being the youngest, 9 times out of 10, our parents had us at ages where they were like more wise.
Yes.
So we were raised two totally different ways. We was raised with more like
love and compassion,
like the calmness. It's not as bad. I mean, it had its times.
Yeah,
but it wasn't as bad as like when my parent was 16 or 21 having kids. We talking 30 plus here.
Yeah.
So of course
30 plus. If you have a mom that had you at 30 to 55 plus, we're talking to you.
Yes.
We're talking to you.
We was definitely raised different ways, but it still had its. I feel like they think we didn't experience nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I feel like older siblings think we didn't go through nothing.
Yeah.
But it's like...
The whole time we went through a lot. Like, I don't think people understand it. Like, the youngest kids be living their own life. Like, y'all think y'all living... Bro, y'all think y'all living your own life. We're living our own life.
And we're constantly left, like, trying to fit in. Like, every youngest child has that attribute to them, like, trying to fit in.
Bro, but I feel like what made me different was, like, I guess you can say feeling left out. Because now I don't want to fit in.
Yep.
Like now I'm like repulsed by fitting in. Like when I see something that's like,
because we mature, and that's an immaturity to feel like you want to fit in. Like that's what little kids do.
Yeah.
But I feel like having that definitely showed me that I don't want to be like.
Yeah, I literally like when I see people fitting in, I'd be like, I'm so glad I don't get along with them. Cause it's like to fit in, you have to bend.
Yeah, but I'm just saying I should have never felt like that.
But I was a little kid.
Yeah, but you know. It's some little kids that don't feel like they gotta fit in because they have, you know,
a loving parent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I know little kids that's like, I don't have to fit in. You don't have to. Like,
my mommy says, I'm the best. You'd be like, oh, okay.
Right.
Mommy knows best.
I used to get smacked up.
Yo.
Oh yeah, and that's another thing too. Yeah, like we were saying, this is not a bash because as I get older, I completely understand because kids are very annoying.
Yes. And
sometimes, you know, they do challenge you to say certain things, but I feel like you just gotta have patience with kids because they don't know. They don't know.
Yeah.
So you just definitely gotta be more patient with them because I feel like that stuff definitely causes trauma. Like even down to the whole stay in a child's place or always making them feel like their words didn't matter. That person might grow up to let people walk all over them or not have a voice to speak up. Like little traumas like that matter. Like when you say stuff to certain kids, even when you say to little boys, don't cry, that's what girls do. Like that's gonna affect them later on.
That's why we have so many like men who are afraid to be vulnerable.
And emotionally immature.
Yeah, like I feel like it's not a bad thing when men are vulnerable. Yeah. That's how you get to the root of stuff. Yeah, guys, that was just a little snippet.
Yeah. That's all we got today or whatever.
Yeah, we just chit chatting. Yeah, just chit chatting with you guys. You know, we love to sit here and sip on a little sippy sip with you guys. So
we're gonna see y'all in the next video.